Yesterday, I was working on my presentation titled Higher Than the Most. The presentation was on drug abuse, and how it's harming young people. So I was working in a place where there was music, but like I was fresh out of ideas, I was trying to come up with some concept, but it was not working out. So, but something interesting happened during that period. That's what I want to tell you. As I was thinking of something to do, the music came on the speaker, and then there were like two young boys that they were dancing to the song, and I was like, okay, the song was just okay, but then I heard a line in that song that said, life is fast, take codeine to make it slow. That's what the line said. And so that line just stuck with me. So after the song was over, I went to go meet those boys. I was like, who sang that song? And they're like, oh, it's Cortisol or something like that. So I was like, what about the line, life is slow, drink codeine? It's like, yeah. I'm like, what does it mean? He said, oh, no, that when you drink codeine, like, you can do something you're supposed to do for 30 minutes, you can do it for 3 hours. That's what codeine does to you. I'm like, have you tried codeine? Both of them said no, because I know that they were still under 18. They said no. I'm like, are you going to try? They're like, no, they just laughed. And that was it. And that thing really is that experience kind of stuck with me, because I feel sooner or later we have to face the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is that we have to decide whether this Afrobeat thing, whether it's a force for good or a force for bad. We have to decide it sooner or later. Because in reality, I wonder, is it that Nigerian artists cannot make songs, without making references to Colorado, to Tramadol, to weed, to colos? Is that they cannot make songs without making references to these drugs? Because a lot of people that listen to Afrobeats are secondary school students, and then people in university. And some of these people, they may not have tried these drugs before, and them hearing their favorite artists like Wizkid, Young John, Naira Marley, Zlatan, when they make references to these drugs, it is one of those things that may make them want to try those drugs out, simply because Wizkid said it. He talked about this drug, so it must be a good drug. Since Charlie Poppy talked about it must be a good drug. And this is one of the things that fuel drug addiction in Nigeria.